Hey everyone again. Hope you're having a phenomenal impact so far. How good has this content been? Absolutely incredible. It's my pleasure to introduce you to Robert Towles of Ink Games, founder and CEO. Welcome to Impact.
Good to see you, Jay.
Thanks for coming and seeing us. So, for those of our audience that aren't familiar with your company, tell us a little bit about what you guys do.
Yeah, Ink is it's a new way of being involved in the game community, right? Actually allowing all users, all players, all gamers to participate in the economy of games. Actually make a living playing games. But just not certain creators and not just certain influencers, but the general public globally. So we have a 3 billion plus audience to go after here. So it's going to be a good time.
Well, that's it. That's incredible. So over the last 18 months with the transition, there's a lot of people who have been working from home.
Yeah.
Does your platform either give people the opportunity to, say, make a full-time living doing this, or is it they can supplement their income? How does that look like?
Well, it's both. It's definitely for casual gamers that want to make, a few bucks a day or a few $100 a day, but also for the people that want to break 6 figures a month or sometimes daily as well. And it depends on, their viral reach, their viral impact, how connected they are. But we joke around a lot that, by this time next year, people could either maybe work at Starbucks or, be on their phone on Ink, monetizing the world. So
that's incredible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, literally, there's a six-figure plus opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. We really are creating the leisure economy. We're going to replace the gig economy. Yeah, 100%.
That's incredible. So give me a little bit about the background. Like, why did you come up with this idea? Why did you start the company?
I think a few things. One is people are more connected than they've ever been, right? And, I was in South Africa about 2 years ago, and we were going through this one area. It's kind of a bad area of town. And one of my friends pulled over. He used to do a lot of missions work over there, played rugby, knew some of these guys. But even though they were in a bad area, they all had a smartphone.
Okay.
And I thought they should absolutely be able to monetize the world directly from their phone. But people nowadays, they refer everything, right? We are very, very connected, but very rarely can you monetize that connectivity. Gaming is very frictionless, so it makes sense. You start with gaming so people can monetize their audience, and then it turns into other cool things.
That's excellent. Can you talk to me and really the audience a little bit about the culture of Ink Games?
So it's fun, it's loose. It's a lot looser than it used to be, especially since COVID. What we enjoy about it is people can really work from anywhere now, right?
Yes.
Just until yesterday morning I was in Yosemite Valley, and it's great, even though the Wi-Fi is not really good there. But we figure a lot of our team is doing that nonstop. But if you give them flexibility, you find that they end up working around the clock, but when they want to, right?
Yep.
So the culture is great. We do the best we can to make sure that there's always food and sometimes Fireball on tap. Is what's key to keep the guys moving. But
food and Fireball, you heard it here.
That's it. But we're building like crazy. We actually have a new headquarters under development in Austin, Texas.
Wonderful town.
At the Domain. Yeah. So it's a lot of fun, great talent. But something else we do is we make sure that everybody's incentivized, with equity in our company. Every single person. Life is short, right? So you want everybody to be involved in potential exits, especially when you're building a moonshot like this.
Excellent, excellent. Is there a brand play in here at all, or is this purely for individuals?
No, there will be.
Okay.
We really believe that with the payment tracking engine that we're building, it'll expand very quickly outside of games, right? There's going to be a lot of brand partnerships, and our dream is eventually. This could be a great e-commerce platform, right? To where, anybody that has a great idea or a great product could actually move it through the Ink platform. So there's a longer play,
okay.
But again, we start with games. It's very, very frictionless, very fun, non-intrusive. So we're having a lot of fun. We actually have a couple builds, right? We're building on the game side, but also something called the Ink Pay app, where you could actually track all your connectivity, all of your viral reach, and all the revenue that's being generated through that impact radius. So
that's excellent. So as we think of like sort of the mental shifts that have really gone in over the last couple of years, how should people be capitalizing on that?
A lot changed with COVID. A lot changed with COVID. And so, what we found is, how productive people are, even out of their homes. But I think it also gave people a little bit of a break to think about what they want. Do they want to work 80 hours a week? Do they want to go to an office? And it became more acceptable, I guess, to pop open a screen no matter where you're at.
Yes.
And have that quick conversation. So I don't think that's going to change. I think that will continue to evolve, and especially with us, we've seen a lot of companies that are more productive when people could kind of work when they want, or take their kids to practice or to school and plug in when they want. So I don't think that's going away.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen that within my own team, and certain people have their own natural energy cycles. Yeah. Some people are early birds, let them work in the morning. Yeah. Night owls, let them work at night.
Some people are really, really good at working a good hour a day, we found. So, but they get it done, and that's okay. It's on us, right? If they could pound it out in an hour, then good on them.
So with the newer generations there, we look at Gen Z. How do you feel Gen Zs need to be talked to, communicated, or how do they need to work?
I think freedom's a big deal. Even more than income. I was looking at a list the other day, and it looks like in the top 5 list of what the younger generation wants is not even owning a home. It's travel, being liquid, cash in the bank, have an upside in the company that they're building. Yep. That's rare, right? A lot of these guys provide a lot of talent to these companies, but there's no upside, right? And so there might be an exit they're not part of. So, and sometimes we call these people intrapreneurs, right? Not everybody's an entrepreneur that always wants to risk everything, but there are intrapreneurs. They could be an entrepreneur within certain parameters and a company that's taken the risk, right? We find that our team has a lot of entrepreneurs, so we kind of set the stage for success. So yeah, it's great, but they want freedom of time, and they want to be able to travel, not being boxed in.
Now, intrapreneurs, is that a term that you coined?
It's not. I thought I did, but I actually read about 2 years ago. It started to become a popular term. I actually didn't believe in that at first. I was always from the philosophy of you're born an entrepreneur or you're not.
Okay.
And I felt that way until about 5 years ago. I really did. I thought, hey, you're either a high risk person or you're not. But I've come to find that there's some really, really creative people. They just can't go that extra step. They don't want to lose their house.
Yep.
And live in a box and risk their family. But they will go all in as far as moving, pay cut, whatever it takes to get it done. And so as I get older, I'm getting a little bit more lenient on accepting the entrepreneur.
That's excellent. What are you most excited about right now?
I'm really excited about how connected the world is and how they want to be involved. It's interesting because 5 years ago, as social media is blowing up and everybody's connected, I think a lot of people didn't know what to do with that, right? They're absorbing content, they're creating some content, and now I think people are waking up and they're actually seeing the value. I think they're starting to see that they actually built Facebook, they built Instagram for Facebook, right? They've built all these great platforms, and now they're starting to realize that they should play a part in the economics. And I'm excited about that because there's so many great ideas and so many great products globally. If they're just able to get a fraction of that for talking about it or sharing it, I think it's gonna change the world. And I think you're gonna see a lot of people in different areas that normally would not have economic opportunity flourish. I think we're going to see it within the next 12 to 24 months.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
We've got hundreds of thousands of people with us today. If they wanted to get started with Engage, is this hard? Is it complicated?
It's
or
coming
how
quick.
Would somebody?
Yeah, it's coming early next year, coming in spring. We've had a lot of success in the games space. I mean, one of the franchises we built has 27 million monthly active users. I mean, it's absolutely tremendous, and none of the players were getting paid for that franchise. So as we build out this new platform, this new payment and tracking engine, it should be easy enough to download the app and start getting paid instantly on their connectivity around the world for playing games, referring games, in-game upgrades, and eventually huge product pipelines running through that connectivity as well. We want to get to the point to where people could actually make a substantial living in their first 12 hours on our platform.
Substantial living in first 12 hours.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
That's incredible. Well, listen, congratulations on your success.
Thank you so much.
Such a pleasure having you. Thank you, Robert.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate it.